This time of year, if you want to win a state baseball championship, you have to have enough pitching. The games come fast and furious. Almost everybody's playing back-to-back games these days, and North Haven knows a lot about that. They came from out of nowhere last year to win a state crown. Looking for more magic against Fitch of Groton. Fitch trying to spoil it, getting 3 runs in the first. Hunter Nadeau with a 2-run single. That made it 3-0, but North Haven coming right back in the second with 3 runs of their own. Brendan Clark is going to have an infield hit to short. That ties the game up at 3, and get this, North Haven, the magic continues. They win this one 7-6. They play Avon next. Sheehan hosting Brookfield in its second-round matchup. The Titans winning Class M last year. They had a 3-2 lead, and they add to it in the 5th. Jake Garlick taking this one to right around the foul line, gets a run in. Sal Gazzo goes to right, almost caught by the right fielder. Great hustle, nice play, just couldn't get to it. He ends up on second base. A run comes home to score, and his brother Paul Gazzo says, "You can take it to right, I can take it to left." He brings home a run with this double. Sheehan wins. They take on Montville next. Also in Class L, East Haven hosting Law of Milford, and early the Lawmen playing some really good defense. Rob Griswold, nice diving stop to get this ball, and then throws out the runner with a good hard throw to first, but just too much East Haven. Steve Cochran getting a hold of this pitch, kind of golfed that one up. Takes this one out of the park for a home run, bringing home a few runs with that one. And then Matt Coyle also getting a pitch, kind of golfing that one up and taking this one deep to left field, about left center. Warning track power, though, not a home run. A run comes in to score. Yellow Jackets win this one 6-2. They'll take on top-seeded Bristol Eastern or Windsor in the quarterfinals. Moving on to softball, a lot of good softball teams scattered around the state. Every one division has a handful of teams that can win the title. In Class M, North Branford's a contender. T-Birds hosting Nanawag in round 2. Looking good pretty much the entire game. Emily Mazika singles home Sabrina Lemire. That makes it 4-0. Danny Ramada is going to have a big single here as well to extend the lead. Takes this one up the middle. 2 runs come home to score. That made it 6-0 North Branford. And Lindsay Golia, she's been big in the circle for them all season. Continues it in the postseason, getting a strikeout. They win this one and advance 8-0. Fitch taking on Daniel Hand in Class L. Fitch already up 4-2 in the 5th. Caroline Tabor, she had a good day in the circle. Couple Tigers on base, gets a big strikeout, and now she's going to get some help from her defense. Shortstop John L. Hobart makes a nice catch, heads up play to double up the runner at second. And then Tabor just helps her own cause, gets a sacrifice fly right here. That made it 5-2. That's how the game would end. They move on and advance. Major League Baseball this afternoon, the Mets taking on the White Sox. Mets get ahead early with the run in the second. That made it 1-0, but that's the only run the Mets would get this afternoon. 7th inning, Todd Frazier taking advantage of a bad pitch, drives this one deep to left center field. That tied the game up in the 7th at 1. The 1 extras, and the White Sox win this one 2-1. Thanks for checking out the Sports Update. We'll be back on the Sports Edge at 10 and 11. High school baseball and softball tournaments are underway. We start our coverage with the Amity Spartans looking to win a 4th straight state baseball championship. Hosting Stanford this afternoon, Eli Oliphant on the mound today. He was tough to hit. Gets a strikeout right here. He'll be pitching at Fairfield next year, and he got some help from his offense today. Teddy Haig with a nice bunt. The throw's going to get away. Max Sheps jogs home. Amity takes a 1-0 lead. Later on in the inning, Chris Winkle coming up big with the bat. RBI double to right. Teddy Haig and Andrew Haig both come around to score. That made it 3-0 Spartans. They go on to win this one 10-0. The number 2 seed in LL, Hamden, had a great year hosting Xavier. No score in the 3rd inning. Hamden's Trevor Brandy with another big hit. He's had a great year. The RBI single to left, 1-0 Green Dragons. Xavier exploded for 4 runs in the 4th inning. Anthony Caramonica with a bases loaded triple off Ron Grant, who's been tough to hit. All 3 runners come around to score. Falcons took a 3-1 lead. They hold on to win this one 5-3. Huge win for Xavier. Moving on to softball, Amity hosting Bristol Eastern in their 1st round matchup. 3rd inning, Spartans with some clever base running. They attempt to steal second. Throw gets away. They end up taking home plate. Danny Nordic comes in to score. That made it 1-0. Later in the inning, Carly Marchito singles home Brooke Matasovsky. 2-0 Spartans. Still in the 3rd. They're going to try that delayed steal one more time, and it works the same way. Runner got caught in a rundown, but you can see runners coming home. That made it 3-0. They go on to win this one 6-1. Big upset in Class L softball. The defending champions, East Haven, they're gone. They lost to Mercy. Fourth inning, 3-0 Mercy. Tiffany Mangiamelli singles to left. 1 run comes home to score. 4-0 Tigers. Couple batters later, the Tigers are going to add a few more. Blake Brahman with a 2-run single. That made it 6-0. East Haven came back, but they just couldn't finish it off. They fall in this one 7-5. Not a bad year for UConn athletics. The Huskies are just one of 3 schools to play in a bowl game, the men's and women's basketball tournaments, and the NCAA baseball tournament. Jim Penders and the Huskies are taking off for Gainesville later this week. They play Georgia Tech on Friday afternoon. Getting back to the tournament was important for this group of seniors.
Unbelievable, sort of a surreal feeling, get in as a freshman and to go out as a senior with a regional. I mean, something that you dream of, so it's really special.
We have all the confidence in the world, so wherever we're going to go, we're just happy to be in the field, and we're ready to get back out there. And, we think we can compete with anyone. We think we can beat anyone, and, we're just happy to be back in the tournament and show what we can do.
2-2.
Huskies and Yellow Jackets play at 1 o'clock on Friday. This Thursday night, the NBA Finals begins. What a matchup. The Golden State Warriors in a rematch of last year's NBA Finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You can watch it right here on News 8. And at 10 and 11, you can catch Eric Dobratz on the couch hosting Sports Edge. Thanks for watching this news update. After this many visits to the White House, the UConn women's basketball team could probably just walk right in. Today, the Huskies stopped by 1600 Pennsylvania Ave again. The 4th straight year President Obama has honored the national champions. The whole gang was there: Breonna Stewart, Mariah Jefferson, Morgan Tuck. The president complimented the team's academic success as well as its athletic domination. This is the 6th time in President Obama's 2 terms that the Huskies have visited the White House. Auriemma has even started to blow off some of the president's phone calls.
My phone rings, and I look at my phone, and there's just like lines, and it says unknown call. And I'm like, I'm not answering this. I don't know who it is. So I don't answer it. Then the next day, unknown call. I put it away. The 3rd day, it said, you better answer this. And I picked it up, and he's on the phone.
I told him we have his room ready for when he gets here. It's a small room with a cot. He doesn't get the Lincoln bedroom, but he does seem to spend an awful lot of time here.
The Huskies gave Obama an 11 jersey because that's how many titles the program has. Gino Auriemma may have had a good time in D.C. today, but I'm sure he's very envious of his buddy Ray Reid. The UConn men's soccer coach leaves Thursday for a trip to Italy. The Huskies are heading there for an 11-day trip. Every few years, the NCAA allows teams to make a trip abroad, and UConn is scheduled to play 3 games and maybe a 4th. The team can't wait.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for our student athletes to go over. We get an extra week of training now, about 10 days of training, 4 games in Rome. And it's been bonding, a lot of cultural stuff. We've done this with Munich, and we did it with Toronto, and it's been great for the program, great for the players.
Yeah, off the field, team bonding is really important to help team chemistry and to just the experience to play against top flight opponents and hopefully take what we learned from Italy and bring it to the preseason into the season next year.
Not a bad way to bring team chemistry. They should bring me along. The Sacred Heart baseball team always seems to play its best baseball late in the season. The Pioneers are heating up again, and at the right time. Nick Giaquinto's team has played for the Northeast Conference Championship the last 7 years. They've won the NEC 4 times. Today, visiting a 30-win Hartford team, Pioneers get off to a quick start. They scored 3 runs in the first. Zach Short goes long, a 2-run shot. The Hawks get one back in the bottom of the 1st inning. Ground ball to deep short. Eric Osterberg beats it out to first as a run scores. 3-1 Pioneers. Sacred Heart holds on to win it 7-4. That's 5 straight wins for the Pioneers. Thanks for checking out sports right now. We'll be back at 10 and 11. I'll be on the couch with John.